Hi, everyone. This is Lisa. I just want to go through some of the changes that we've made to our Laura's Home Care service agreements. I think you'll find that they are easier to use and a little clearer on what you should be charging for the types of services we're providing to our residents. First of all, one of the first things you'll see at the top, we've added email address. I know a lot of you have to email your contracts to have them signed to the family, so we have the families put their email, or the responsible parties put their email address in the contract. First page is sort of the same. There are a few changes, but it won't affect what you will be charging the residents. It's just we added some information on rights and responsibilities and changed a little bit of the verbiage in it. But when you go to the second page, what you'll see is the service packages, and we've made quite a few changes to the packages along with the changes in pricing. So I'd like to start at the basic package. First thing you'll see is it's medication assist up to 3 times a day. Anything over 3 times a day would automatically put you in a higher package. That was a change. It used to be 4 times a day. Also, we changed all the shower assists. The basic package, I think, said standby or partial or whatever. All our shower assists are shower assists, no matter if they're standby, partial, or full, because they take the same amount of time. So the shower assist, as you see, is twice per week for the basic package. Now, as we move to the standard package, what you're going to see is there's something that is going to say to you, this is a person who should be on the standard package. With this, the medication assist is 4 times a day. And the other thing is, if this resident needs escorts automatically puts them into a standard package. We do not do escorts in a basic package, only reminders. Also notice we have our toileting and light incontinence program up to 4 times daily. Then as you move on to the premium package, what is different about this package? You will have escorts with a wheelchair if necessary. And most difference with this is when you'll have night checks. So 2 room checks per night or on the midnight shift would automatically put them in a premium package. Then as you move to the elite package, the medication changes up to 6 times. So if they're getting medications over 4 times, up to 6 times a day, they're automatically an elite package. Also, feeding assist is included in this package, and 2-hour room checks. So again, if they need 2-hour room checks, anything up to medication assist 6 times a day, and feeding assistance, they are in the elite package. And lastly, the premium package, if you remember in the past, we just said, oh, it's anything above our other packages. We've spelled it out this time for you. So it's medication assistance up to 6 times a day, 1-hour room checks or 1-hour wellness checks, toileting program up to 8 times a day, increased time for shower assistance. So if they take more than 30 minutes, they're taking 45 minutes, you can put them in a platinum package to cover the increased time it takes, and any increased mobility assistance. All that is listed under our platinum package. Then as you go down, page 2, or page 3, we're on here too. Look at we've kept the independence living package for those residents who live in an independent setting and do not wish to move to an enhanced setting when there is an enhanced apartment available. So you would only use this rarely, and you can use it as a leverage tool to see if you can get people to move to the enhanced area in your building. As we know, it is more efficient to give them services when they live in the enhanced area in your community. We also listed on here the move-in one-on-one package. This is mostly for our new builds, where we will help people actually unpack their boxes, organize, and put things away. However, you can use them in our other communities if that's a service that someone would want. You have somebody moving in, family can't help pack the boxes, then that is a package that you can offer to them. And the welcome escort, this is escorts only for 30 days. We changed the price to $450 per month. Some were a little higher, but we standardized it at $450. Then the next big change is our tiered a la carte pricing. So all of these items listed here are a la carte services that we can provide. But we broke them up into different tiers because what we found is that we were missing some revenue because we were only charging for one visit, and really it takes 2 visits to complete the service. So first, let's go under tier 1. Pretty much everything's the same. Pull cord or a pendant call, answering a pull cord or a pendant is tier 1 at $13 a visit. And we also added, for those of you that are using pendants and they need to be charged at night, you can charge for a night check and charging the pendant. So that would be a service under tier 1. Under tier 2, you notice it's twice the amount of tier 1. That's because these take more time, particularly escorts. You're escorting somebody to dinner, you have to take them to dinner, then you have to turn around and pick them up and bring them back. So escorts round trips are $26 a visit. Exercise package, we moved under tier 2. So for $26 per visit, we will give them 30 minutes of a individualized exercise package. And those of you that have used that before, you know that you can individualize these exercise packages either for them to do exercise, walking. You can do it once a week, 5 times a week, 3 times a week. You can individualize it. Support hose, another one where you have to put them on in the morning and you have to take them off at night. So it requires 2 visits. And then the rest of these items on here are services that would take longer than a tier 1 service. And notice under here is pet care. Tiered 3, again, is a service that would take longer, basic wound care, dressing assistance, wound dressing assistance. And also new under here is long-term care insurance paperwork. So we are now going to charge for long-term care insurance paperwork. Don't feel bad about charging for this because many of our long-term insurances will reimburse them for the paperwork that needs to be completed. So if you're doing that, you want to make sure that we charge for the time it takes. And for many of you, that's quite a long time it takes you to complete this paperwork monthly. And then at the bottom of page 3, a couple things. First of all, we put a little disclaimer in here for supplies. Residents and families are responsible for providing supplies for resident care. In the case that supplies are not available, Laura's Home Care will provide the item and add the cost to the resident's monthly invoice. I've talked to all of you about having a charge system for your supplies, so this is going to cover us. So they understand that if they are providing the supplies, we will provide it for them at a cost. The other thing that's new, that's really nice, is you notice this at the bottom of page 3. We put which contract it is since we have now 3 contracts. Sometimes you get your pages mixed up. This way you know this is page 3 of the ADL contract. This is the same. Again, we have email that we can have them put down when the responsible party signs the contract. Then the next thing, so that is your basic ADL contract. There'll be one more page. This last page is for you to use to be a guide for you to write everything down appropriately on your task sheet. So this is a task sheet guide. When you print your contracts, this will come up as the last page. Attach this facing out. So when you put your contracts in the plastic sleeve in your contract book, when you flip the page, this will be facing you. And this way you'll have everything you need to make your task sheet. Name, apartment, your T code or C code, the date of the contract, what kind of service, is it a basic package, a la carte service, and then you can write down the task, the description of the task, and the times. So you can use this to help you develop your task sheets so that they are correct and they have the right tasks on. So again, face this outside, so when you flip the plastic sheet over, this is facing you. Also, it has on here shower days, and if it's on the day shift, the afternoon shift, or some of you have showers on midnights, early showers, you can write that in. Okay, that's your ADL contract. The next contract I just want to show you, this has not changed a lot, but again, service agreement companion care or one-on-one care that has the same first sheet as the ADL contract. What has changed on this? It's a little clearer to see what the qualifications for one-on-one care. It requires 48-hour notice with a 2-hour minimum. Less than a 2-hour minimum, we will charge it at a 1.5-hour rate. Emergency one-on-one or companion care or one that is requested at less than 48 hours or over the weekend is at rate and a half or hour and a half rate. And here is a big one, holiday. We will provide one-on-one care, but it will be provided at double the hourly rate. The other big change here is we changed the amount. We changed it to $22. This used to be blank, so you could write the amount in. The response we got back was that people don't really like that because they think we're arbitrarily writing an amount in. What I prefer you to do, some of you I know are charging $20. If that is the rate you want to continue at, because that is the rate that would be provided or would be a better hourly rate than outside vendors can provide, you can go ahead and cross it out and put in $20. However, we are really discouraging any rate under $20. But if you do have to lower it, go ahead and cross this out, add the $20 and have them initial it. The rest of the contract is pretty much the same. And then the post-hospital contract, again, the only thing that's really changed on this is it has the same first sheet as the other two because it has all that legal information we want in it. Because some people may only have a post-hospital contract, so we want to have them initial all this legal mumbo jumbo and important information on here. And then if you look, some of you will see that this is a rate change for some of you for the post-hospital. We've made this standard across the board for all communities. If they do not have a current package with Laura's Home Care, it'll be $68 a day. And if they do have a package with, or they have other services with Laura's Home Care, it would be at $30 a day. So that's the change on that contract. Those are all the changes for our new contracts. We will be talking about them on our November 13th call. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask at that time or email me or call me. These contracts will be available on November 15th because as we know, you are to use the new contract in November 15th moving forward. You will also know you will see when you go into your smart sheet for contracts, we are putting the flyer that's associated with the contract right underneath it. So if you want to sign a service agreement for a post-hospital package, under the post-hospital contract, you will see a line that says post-hospital flyer. So you can go ahead and click on that and print that and give it to your family members if they want to know more information. Same thing for companion care and exercise package, which would be part of your ADL contract. The other change that we've made is right now we are not going to continue with the hospice contract. We want to take another look at that. I know there has been some confusion in the past on how to utilize that. So right now we are eliminating it, and you can utilize your platinum package for residents who need hospice services from Laura's Home Care. And one more good news for the wellness coordinators is because it's going to be a little more difficult, we thought, to change the pricing to the new 2019 pricing in Yardi. Chris Youngchai has decided that he's volunteering to do it for everybody. And then what we're going to do is double check it to make sure everybody is at the right rate. So I'll look for an email for me coming after the 15th when we're going to put the new pricing in to explain. It should be in there. And all you have to do is, if you're putting a new contract in, you do it just like anyone else. You will put the click manage service, and the new pricing will come up. That's all we have for you today. I hope you like the new contracts. I think they're much easier to read, a lot clearer, and hopefully you will find that they're much easier to use. Thanks.